Yes, what's up, everybody? Welcome again to another video. My name is Rocky Calvin, and welcome to Cash Flow Trading. Today, I want us to talk about advanced price action and exactly what's going on and how I usually take trades. And these are the things that I usually look for. In the previous video, I introduced, price, how to read price correctly. And in that video, I talked about for you to read price correctly, you have to know where price is coming from, where it is going to, and where it's currently at. So where price is coming from and where it's going to, this is going to be based on premium and discount PD arrays. That is ICT concept. That is not my concept, but I do have my other concept that I have put in place that works hand in hand perfectly with ICT concept. So you have to know how price come from one PD array to another. For example, from the premium in other terms, some people call it oversold, and discount, some people call it overbought. So it's just just terms, but once you understand what it is, it's good for you. So over here, I'm in some shorts. I'm shorting Nasdaq, and I shorted from this zone. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I did short it from here. And as you can see, during my shorting period, there was not even a single gap. There was like, so people might wonder like, why were you shorting Nasdaq from here? I have some reason. Even when you take a look at, for example, you have the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I was not really looking into that, guys. I was doing some this. That's why I'm calling this advanced price action, and this some of my secrets and so on. So I'm willing to share this with you guys, but I will not go deeper into some mathematical side of it and so on. But I'll just tell you guys how you can also use this to to pick your trades and so on, and without wasting time, let us start with the top down analysis on higher time frame. So on a daily time frame, yesterday or in the past 2 days, the daily candles have been closing in. So for example, this is Tuesday 12th. It was the last bullish candle close that we had, and Wednesday and Thursday, which is yesterday, closed back in. So the moment Wednesday closed back in, that shows the interest that we are interested into something lower. When you look at something lower, I had marked this bullish fair value gap, this daily fair value gap here. That is where we dropped to yesterday exactly and filled it up. But even after we have filled it up, now meaning that there's a possibility of us wanting to go higher. Yes, that's true. But also given the fact that yesterday's candle, as much as it has already done the damage here, the way it closed back in also leaves us with some questions. So in other terms, this is what I usually call undecided market situation, because this previous candle and the other one are all, their bodies are just ranging within the same place. So that leaves us with not really definite bias or definite where we are going to, and this will always require a very skilled or a very experienced approach when approaching this market. Guys, I hope you don't mind maybe the noise kids are playing outside, and uh I like it, like I don't really mind bothering them playing. So I hope whenever you hear the noise, that's just them, I'm playing around, and okay. So you realize that this is undecided, this is what I call undecided market bias or market direction. But given the fact that we're on a premium level, we just tapped the highest of Nasdaq of all time. We just tapped the highest of Nasdaq. Let me see. Yeah, this is the highest ever Nasdaq has ever hit. So given that we just tapped the highest, but that does not just give us the you know the final say to sell, but it gives us direction, or it gives us information for us to understand that now we are on a premium level. We are on a premium. In other terms, some people call it oversold. Okay, we are on premium. So once we are on premium, we look for sales, and on discounts we look for buys. And when equilibrium, depending on the market structure, that's where we look for what to do in there. Maybe these terms are new to you. Maybe you're wondering what is equilibrium, premium. These are ICT terms. These are not my terms, and these are ICT concepts that I'm talking about here. I often use ICT concept for literally, maybe let me say technical analysis, of the general view of the market. Then now, before now, I approach it into a different, more sniper and more deeper level of, seeking entries and so on. So once you're in premium, and once you understand that when you're in premium, you're supposed to be looking for sales. You're not supposed to be buying. Yes, at some point you can be buying in. For example, I think I bought yesterday. Yeah, I bought Nasdaq from this point. Once this PDRA was tapped in and the open was happening, I bought, and because I knew already the damage was down there. Okay, so when we were, opening, I'll show you in 15 minutes time frame when we were opening. For example, during the New York Open, which was happening right here. That's 16:30 because I'm using UTC plus 3. So if you're in a different time zone, ensure that you use a UTC that is, compatible, because in real sense this is supposed to be 9:30. But here it is 16:30 because it is UTC plus 3. It is not this is not New York time zone. Okay, so I bought from here. As you can see, I had even this position here was already, put. And guys, if you take a look, all my entries, like all my most of my trades are always 1 to 11R, 1 to 11R. This one is also this 1 to 8R, because the stop loss was not really like in the beginning of this video I told you guys that this entry was not really, the ordinary. This was more quite of an advanced entry. Where's another one? Most of them, this one is 1 to 11R. Where's another one? So most of my trades are always 1 to 11R, and that's why I told you guys, like, if you're making 1 to 11 or in a single trade, why should you be even worried about, losing like even 5 to 10 trades? And you see, with my strategy, I barely take losses more, consecutively back to back. Although yesterday there was a loss. Where was it? There was this loss here. Yeah, this one actually. Yes, this one here. I was trying to short here, but as you can see, I was stopped out before news, and this was something I was not. I was away from the charts. If only I'd seen it earlier, I would have re-entered here. And you see, after immediately it went on towards my direction and, delivered 1 to 11R. But I came back in and took some buys from this zone. You cannot really see because where I was buying here, it was on a lower time frame, like maybe 3 minutes and so on. So maybe you might be wondering, like, how comes you? But I did take that trade here, and I exited over here. I would have even held it along here, but have some rules, like once we reach 1 to 11R. There's some days you can even hit 1 to 20R, 1 to 30R. It's possible, guys. Even 1 to 50R. Don't joke with this thing. You can once you understand price, you understand how to read price correctly. You'll be able to, achieve this. So I bought here, and the reason why I bought here, remember guys, the title of this video is Advanced Price Action, Reading Price Action. Okay, why did I buy here? Because I had marked this bullish daily fair value gap. So that was my target initially. When I was selling here, I knew price was gonna be going low, but I just wanted to be safe because it might hit the consequent encroachment and just reverse back after taking liquidity here. But that's why I put my take profit here. And also, according to my rules, it is 1 to 11R on Nasdaq most of the time. So once we had hit the target and I was seeing price action in on lower time frames, I took the buy here, knowing that when New York open, we are supposed to be going higher to balance this inefficiency that was created during news. And why did I buy? Because I understood where price was coming from. We are coming from balancing a daily PD, like a daily PDRA, a daily bullish fair value gap. So once we have balanced that, we have delivered price there. Where do we target next? We look for liquidity above, whereby this gap here, which was created during news, was supposed to be filled, and that was the reason why I bought here. Okay. When we leave that behind, let us see, for example, today. Um, and also, if let me show you something interesting, because I often tell people like everything works. If I was to draw a trend line over here for the people who trade breakouts, you see, but now this was news. So for a trader who was waiting for maybe a retest over here, over this area, maybe over this area, they would have been stopped out because there was something that market was really interested on in here, which I'll show you again, guys, on a hourly time frame. You see this? This is why this market came up in here and it dropped. This was a hourly bearish fair value gap. So if you're doing top-down analysis or if you're doing analysis, ensure that you mark your PD arrays properly because that is what is driving these markets and that's where it's gonna go. So somebody, a retail trader will be, they saw a break here, and now they're waiting for retest. Maybe they enter maybe on this gap here, and they're waiting to sell. But unfortunately, they were stopped out because price was interested in something higher. Yes, if you're an ICT trader or SMC, you might have been as well stopped out. But once being stopped out here, you ask yourself, where is likely this thing? Where is likely price to go? What is it interested to? Because if it violates this, it means that it is interested in something higher. So you target the second entry. So this can be your first entry, second entry. So if you're risking zero point 0.5 lost, meaning that you are not really trusting this 100%, you end on another zero point 0.5. And even if you lose this one, you only lose 1%. That is good risk management. Okay. That was according to price action of what really happened yesterday. And in real sense, even the trend lines do work because at the end of the day, what happened? It dropped. Yes, it dropped as much as you are stopped. So happening today, coming to market today, this was my motive. I had checked on the daily candle and realized that yesterday we closed bearish. Bearish meaning that we never closed higher than the previous day because the previous day closed in here. The previous day before yesterday, that is now on Wednesday, then Thursday, we open here, we create that high, drop lower, and come and close in here. So once we closed here, I had in mind that we're likely interested in going lower, and also keeping in mind that we are in a premium PD array, meaning that sales are supposed to be in motion. Then I checked into the hourly time frame. I could see how price reacted into this from this bearish hourly fair value gap. You see how price reacted to it. There's nobody that has closed above the consequent encroachment of it. It is just wicks, meaning that there's a good price action. So having that today, this was already saying that we are supposed to be going lower. And given the fact that this candle over 10 a.m. closed within the range of the previous candle, it never displaced above it. And as you can see, the previous candle, for example, the 10 a.m. candle took liquidity of the previous 9 a.m. candle, okay, and came and closed back in, showing that liquidity, some damage had already been done there. Okay, given the fact that this candle also closed in the range of the body or in the range of the previous candle, that was also another a good confluence of price action. Then when I dropped into 15 minutes, there was nothing like a fair value gap and so on. So when there's no fair value gap, I'm gonna give you guys this secret. When there's no fair value gap, you're supposed to be using here. Look closely, look closely. On the other hand, you'll realize that there was a gap here, this one here, and it is the gap that was created during news. You see how big it is. And you see my entry was like just next to it, but a perfect one would be exactly when price tapped this gap. And now the big question is, guys, at what time? You've heard about the essence of time and price, time and price. And I told you guys, there's some things that I cannot say here publicly. There's something that I cannot talk about publicly because I personally, I learned these things the hard way. And not only that, like during my hard times, like I was really losing money, and I went to fasting and praying period when asking God that, like, show me. And God is so generous when it comes to wisdom. I started seeing things during meditation. I started seeing some number sequences, and somebody might think that, yo, what's this? What is this guy talking about? But what I'm talking about, guy, he is real. I can even give you exact peep sometimes whereby price is just gonna tap and reverse from. Why do you think my stop loss is always this little? Because it's not supposed to be violated. And if it's violated, then either that was just a manipulation, or maybe there was just incoming news event like this one here, or maybe there's something I did not pay attention to. Definitely. Okay, so that's it. So because there was no fair value gap here, and that's why I started looking for fair value gaps that were recently filled in that region. and started, because I knew price will always react from them in case we have nothing new. And when you take a look at, maybe for example, a 5 minutes time frame, we did not even have another gap here. As you can see, we had nothing here. There was no bearish gap that to be used. Maybe this one, we had some here, so maybe some traders would have entered here. But remember, they always enter after break of structure. There was no break of structure here yet, but I already knew what was happening, so I was already in the trade even before the big. And as you can see, the break of structure later happened. So right now is when traders now who are trading ICT are now waiting to come and enter on this retest, okay, as we target, because I'm expecting price to target this low, and my take profits around here. I'm expecting some bearish move today, and given that we have some news also coming in, that's what's on my mind right now. And as of now, traders are waiting, to for this retest to happen. But you see me already, I was already in. Actually, if I wanted to, exit this trade over here, I would have already made enough profit. Okay, because right now it's already almost 1 to 2 hour where it is right now here, meaning that over here we were around 1 to 3 hour, maybe 1 to 4 hour. I'm not really sure, but something like that. So before other traders, so this just to show you guys how trade price. And also, if for some traders they might be worried, like, yo, it's now, starting to create this bullish fair value gaps, it's starting to go higher, you should exit. No, 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 what I'm gonna do right now is just reduce this risk to maybe, let's say, the entry level. Yes, because I don't really expect price to come all the way up in here. Yes, like that. So that's a break even level. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want you guys to pay attention here. We have a bearish 15 minutes fair value gap created. We also have another bearish 15 minutes fair value gap, bearish one created. So these two, I expect them to hold price. If price displaces above this one, the next target is going to be this one. And this one, I expect this one to hold price, because we have not yet delivered price. We have not yet delivered liquidity down here. So I don't see any reason why price should be interested in going higher. Yes, yet already we have already done the damage here. You see the damage? The damage has already been done here. We've tapped liquidity already here. So the next thing we're looking forward is this liquidity, these ones down below. But given that news is coming in, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And it is all probabilities at the end of the day. Once you follow your plan very well, you have read the price correctly, you understand what's going on. Remember that, guys, I was not taking this trade without knowing where price is likely to go to. I was not taking this trade without knowing where price is coming from. It is coming from balancing this liquidity point here, which is a bearish hourly candle. Sorry, fair value gap. And what was my next, my next target? This liquidity lying below here. That is the purpose of price action. It is delivery from premium to discount, premium to discount. Okay. So there's some news coming in, and when news come in, I'm gonna be even now, putting stop loss exactly right now. Is literally, like mega $10 stop loss. But as you can see, already in profit of 198, maybe 200 there. And don't look at it in terms of money. And guys, speaking of this, what you're seeing here, this is a paper count. This is a demo trade. Don't think that I'm the type of guy who will start showing you like what's really going on. That's not my motive. If I start showing off right now, then, and actually that's what people like. They want you to show off so that they can buy your courses and so on. No, no, no. I'm not gonna do that, guys. Anybody who is looking for that dopamine, all the best with it. I'm so real with myself. Like, if I lose, you guys will see. I lose this trade. If I win, you guys will see. And I just recently, incorporated this here, because I think some people were feeling like, I'm just showing, things, but not really, doing them. So this is just to show you guys where I took the trades and what I'm targeting. And that's it for this video, guys. I will see you on the next one.